Dr. Kwame Ben Nyako Atrase, or the chairman of the club licensing board, or the GFA. What Tinasia? You begin come up, good morning.
Mujoso, Medas, so say, Mania Brammy, ma, what you from Swatch.
Dog get to can't check.
A Juba mean, in the first place, club licensing board, one of the standing committees of the FA, independent body. I say semi-judicial body.
Yeah.
Next year, I say you take a decision. It's only a decision-making body.
Yeah.
You're monitoring body. They say a CAF say club licensing board is only a decision-making body.
Okay.
Meaning, say, omu take decisions only based on documents clubs are submitted to the board through the club licensing manager.
Wow.
Previously, now a paper submitting documents more club licensing manager. Currently, Mr. Julius
Emuna.
no CAF, for instance, develop a club licensing online platform.
Okay.
And the system na fundamentally, the other fundamental is a CAF say the regulations no more CAF inter-club competitions. No?
Okay.
Yen transfer regulations, the minimum requirements. No?
Okay.
To our national top tier division league. In the case of Ghana, that would be the power
Premier League.
Let's just say CAF regulations are then used for CAF inter-club competitions. From the start of the next soccer season.
Yeah.
The minimum requirements now also apply national top tier league.
Now just that requirement are not first now what the CAF inter-club competitions. Yeah, they buy a Premier League in Ghana.
But luckily for Ghana, almost all the requirements are a year for your Premier League for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Higher than the CAF inter-clubs competitions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The requirements a year for your Bedford Premier League, the ball last season, for instance, is higher than the CAF inter-club competition. The minimum requirements.
And I see any problem.
Not all the minimum requirements and CAF expect to say club be all in the CAF inter-club competitions. They also meeting. Ghana is one of the few countries that are not yet practicing that.
Already, okay.
But now the catch is this. It means that club will get me any license for the CAF inter-clubs competition. Then so only license to play the Bed Power Premier League.
How? Dog, how?
Because the minimum requirements for CAF inter-club competitions, will get me a meeting.
Okay.
Then so we'll meet the requirements for the Premier League. Because the Ghana FA rules now and there may be na just preference we wait open away in the Ghana Premier League club licensing regulations they are mandatory. It means that and I think that this is an issue then the license to play in the CAF Confederations Cup. Say I don't qualify for the Premier League. The requirements for the Premier League. Now CAF realized Ghana had gone so far ahead to the extent that we apply requirements via any minimum requirements for the CAF Confederations Cup.
Any minimum, okay.
Above the minimum. Means Ghana to me and other countries, no. It me comply with the minimum, no. That's why CAF will take cue from Ghana and will decide they say now minimum requirements you should apply it to your national league.
I get it.
So all national leagues on the continent should apply the minimum requirements of the CAF inter-club competitions.
Yeah, okay.
To his national league. So I'm just repeating, say, the license for the CAF inter-club competition
to go and play.
In the Africa,
qualify.
But you might not. And that is why the process, and application process is different. And currently, we know say you're opening the process for Omomo Core Africa. Both the women and the men. To the extent said last Monday, you're training on the CAF online platform.
Okay.
For all 4 clubs in Ghana.
Clubs ban.
Medeama and Adriana Stars, who plays first and second.
Yeah.
Premier League. And a Dreams FC, any King Faisal. More contesting for the finals of the FA Cup.
Okay.
There's a possibility, say, any of them can play in Africa.
Yeah.
The fact that Medeama are winning Premier League doesn't mean, say, he automatically gets the chance to play in the Champions League. Now, CAF say, this concept of temporary approval, they want to cancel it.
Okay.
They want to ban it. But that is not for the stadium, and I will come to that.
Okay.
Because now, CAF the responsibility to approve a stadium away from the club licensing board. It's no longer the responsibility of the club licensing.
But the club licensing manager.
There's a whole new regulations, and I'll show you this. It's called the CAF Stadium Regulations.
Okay.
CAF has determined Omar coming up with a stadium regulation.
Edition 2022.
Edition 2022. This we encourage.
We say any.
Yeah. And now Omar determine every venue categorization. You see, the venue no, you're ranking as category 1. It can only host Women's Youth FIFA competitions qualifiers and the Women's Champions League qualifiers.
Okay.
And open a category 1 stadium. A bit me a host. Later, and make sure a stadium the requirements are also meeting
for it to be qualified. Fantastic.
Determined as a category 1. There are 4 categories, 1 to 4.
Okay. Okay.
Category 2 venues. And currently Accra Sports Stadium. Category 2.
And the one they very bad.
It's category 2. But we have category 4, which is the highest. Category 2 stadiums can only host the following competitions.
Okay.
Women's African Cup of Nations qualifiers.
Qualifiers, okay.
Men's under 17, under 20, under 23 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Men's under 17, under 20, under 23 African Cup of Nations final tournaments.
Okay.
So under 22 CAF Championship,
under
championship 20 CAF Championship. You bet me a host Accra Sports.
Okay.
Then Men's Champions League preliminary round. Only the prelims.
Hey.
And Accra Sports Stadium, you bet me a host. And the Men's Confederations Cup prelims.
Wow, confederations.
The standards for Champions League the confederations are the same.
Yeah.
For every aspect of licensing.
Okay.
And for instance, Medeama decided say about the matches for Accra Sports Stadium. About the preliminary rounds of the competitions. Yeah.
Next stage you don't be more.
Next stage you don't be more Accra Sports Stadium.
Yes.
He has to move to a category 3 stadium, which is Kumasi Sports Stadium.
Okay.
Which has been classified as a category 3 venue. And these are the competitions, a category 3 venue which me a host.
Okay.
Men's Champions League group stage and quarterfinals.
Semi-finals possible.
Semi-finals.
Finals when possible.
Category Men's Confederations Cup group stage and quarterfinals.
Okay.
Men's African Cup of Nations and FIFA World Cup qualifiers.
Okay.
Men's African Nations Championship, that's the CHAN.
Yeah.
Qualifiers. Women's African Cup of Nations final tournament.
Okay.
So Kumasi betumi a hosti WAFCON final tournament. Kumasi betumi a hosti.
Okay.
And then the Women's Champions League final stage.
Okay.
But if you want to play in the CAF Super Cup, Men's African Cup of Nations final tournament, Men's African Nations Championships final tournament, Men's Champions League semi-finals and final, Men's Confederations Cup semi-finals and finals, and other top-tier competitions defined by CAF. You need to have a category 4 venue, and Ghana doesn't have a single category 4 venue. So so now let's go to Medeama's new
venue. But before that, Dr. Kwame Chase stadium falling under category.
Competitions when a CAF allow for that place to host.
So far, the CAF idea.
So what it means, they say, one club will have to list the Kwabiche venue. Cape Coast is also, I think, category 3. That's why. So I'll check with.
Okay.
That is why one of the clubs will have to select the Kwabiche venue.
Okay.
Or the Medeama's new venue.
And or
the FA can select it to host, propose it to host a competition.
Okay.
Then CAF will then bring an inspection team to inspect and categorize the venue.
The venue, okay.
And the checklist, it will hold that. It is a stadium na wow the Accra na. Ubetumi check here whether my stadium we
emiti 1, 2 or 3 or 4.
3 or 4 because enya idea hinta a checklist document they are available online for the copy you can always check into which means as Empire FM to be decided say Medeama, can you open your venue? We want to
do the checklist. Is the qualifier.
So after na Medeama be selective venue. Now FA for track on my CAF. For say Medeama decides to be use our venue. CAF bet me I can say FA don't conduct what we call pre-inspection.
Okay, no
report.
Okay,
that will be the FA's club licensing
manager. Okay,
or CAF will send somebody, one of his experts, and that could even include Mr. Dasobe. So because CAF is sending outside already to do those inspections with other places. Why Liberia? Why Tanzania? Why other venues?
Okay.
CAF for approve, and it's all about integrity.
Yeah.
Say, or share near Woho, will be influence.
Okay.
I'm our share checklist. CAF the man. Why anti CAF who say, or you'll be our heading, or expert.
Okay.
That's what we are all hoping. So to get to.
Say
the adwuma bi sha wonsa na oye ni ya na empanyfo ebo abaso and the stadium there na there CAF a very particular system and to say club be apply for CAF inter-club competitions now all that the club licensing board hwehwe say club no be indicate say our stadium over the matches
okay
actually stadium need stadium ni ene dia ana se nye ne dia o se enya media ene my evidence say only owner of the venue no
agreement
must sign a written agreement they say enya verbal bio enya say National Sports Authority because ya mo permission enya permission
okay
it's a written agreement spelling out the conditions.
Okay,
I'm saying this because this year Sabio yenye sa frase
considerations bem
yes yenya letter from Sports Authority says my permission that doesn't represent an agreement between the two parties. CAF wants to see that so for the club licensing board that's all we need to see but in terms of whether that stadium meets the requirement or not, it's up to the club licensing manager and CAF to go and inspect and determine the level of that venue. No, a bit me a hosty.
Okay.
And yen rejected any club's application because yen full stadium no doesn't meet standards. It's no longer the club licensing board.
Okay.
And that's the major change about venue.
Okay.
And I think even for our local league, the FA needs to go that next step. Also provide a checklist and categorization. And it's all the UPAC about about Premier League match. Near a categorization 1 to 4. Near say 4 and a year for Premier League matches.
Okay.
What the banner inspect here, bet me I can say the UPAC a category 2.
Okay.
So it can only host maybe second division
and
under 17.
Okay.
That is the level I was say FA club licensing, a stadium in Echo. So that it is not like say only 6 category 4 venues it means that all the 16 clubs now also more than ball matches 6 venues. Cote d'Ivoire, they are usually only about 3 venues. Yes, because they've decided the standards are also show matches on television. Emma audience now appreciate it. Emma television stations want to be part of the league. Emma sponsors want to be part of the league. It's only these venues. And that's the level we need to get to.
Okay. Doc, say dear Abempa ne Medeama.
Okay.
Ono na GP or GSC ni naso.
Okay.
Na de chakwa for den say omo facility no heavy pa. And apart from facility no people for betimi SC Medeama kwan say man money matches no ewo TNA ana.
Okay, so the facility no say a banner level. It has to be the first thing they say. It should be at least category 2.
Yeah,
it has to meet, and later, but the university no
go through. Yeah,
but a category 4, category 4, and the name of a list. I was say meeting in to get category 4. Maybe I'm a more even the parking areas. Parking areas. A parking space for a minimum of 2 buses must be available.
Okay.
Parking space for minimum 10 cars. I do there for all the categories.
Oh, okay.
I think say how to cry them. I mean, Jantum Kakrana. Mean call something like spectator related areas.
Okay.
In case of fixed individual seats, it must be individually fixed.
Okay.
Separated from one another, shaped, numbered, made of an unbreakable and non-flammable material, and have a backrest of a minimum height of 30 centimeters when measured from the seat. And so the type of seat, Krana what fix was stadium would determine whether it can be called a category 3 or category 4. These are requirements for 3 and 4. They are not requirements for 1 and 2.
When you be on a stadium, no one seat in that.
And there was problem. The use of temporary stands is prohibited.
Okay.
The stadium must be equipped with refreshment and catering facilities for all spectators in every sector of the stadium for category 3 and 4 venues.
Okay.
Another one. The stadium must have a functional venue operations center.
Okay.
With a good overview of the main bowl, equipped with CCTV monitors and an override capability over the public address system. Meaning say, Obi share that venue operations center now kasa or public address systems go which me akati no emergency announcement.
Okay. I be the game ni be FFA.
The stadium should have functional CCTV cameras installed to cover all entrances and exits, as well as the main bowl and all public areas, including critical infrastructure like generator and water control systems. Category 3 and 4. So Medeama Stadium, does it meet this requirement? 3 and 4.
Okay.
Public address system, that's category 2, 3 and 4. The stadium must be equipped with public address system. It must cover both the inside and the outside of the stadium.
Wow.
And must be secured against the failures of the main power supply. And the public address system there, it should be available throughout.
And
then the giant screen is part of the public system and shall be used. So it has to have a giant screen to qualify for category 3 and 4.
Wow.
And we know say category 3 and 4 first round group stages and quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Yeah.
2 person of one group stage and then quarterfinals, you should have a category 3 venue. Maybe just media related.
Media related.
For category 2, 3 and 4, the media tribune must be covered and centrally located in the main grandstand. It must have an unobstructed view of the entire playing area and easy access to the media area. So you can't have the media center behind the goalpost or any other place.
Okay.
It should be in the VIP part of VIP. Media center. In the media tribune, seats and with decks must be equipped with power supply,
okay,
internet connection,
fantastic,
and local area network cables. That's for even category 2.
And after game no share by say.
The decks must be big enough to accommodate a laptop computer and a notepad. Category 4. The media tribune should be accessible directly from the media center. The flash interview position,
okay,
the mix zone, and the press conference room.
Okay.
Into the media tribune, there should be a direct access to the press center where you have the interviews and all those things. Media men shouldn't have to go through spectators.
Okay.
To go to the media center, to go to the mix zone and all those things.
Okay.
So even Kwame Sports Stadium, but
dog, we know yeah implement it from the next season of our league. And as a CAF, I said I might be 5 years and you do these qualification criteria.
2023-2024 CAF interclub competitions,
you don't have
an option.
But in our league,
the FA determines. That's why I say FA in the categorization.
Okay.
As to category 1, FA category 1
okay.
FA category 2, what competitions can be held there?
Okay.
Category 3, category 4.
So
that if for our league, category 4 is the highest, is it comparable to CAF category 3, or is it comparable to CAF category 2?
Okay.
So we need to determine that for our league.
Okay.
I don't know. I think say FA.
Also more about clear about it.
So I know so yeah. But so this is the level of game no echo. And the other one I maybe me mention CAF venue.
CAF venue, but maybe so took
in one question be the latest CAF circular. I'm reading one section.
Okay.
For your reference, please find and enclose the CAF stadium regulations and a comprehensive document that includes the needs of a stadium and sets out the minimum requirements to fulfill in order for a stadium to be approved for this competition.
Okay.
In addition to these requirements, it is obligatory, mandatory that at a minimum, a sufficient number of 4-star international rating hotels are available.
And tonight, Medeama case, we say a J event and any tuma. I was seeing a 4-star stadium hotels.
Hosting not just they are waiting. The match officials now mobile. That's why I work as it is that a minimum at a minimum is sufficient.
Sufficient. Back enough.
Because CAF doesn't want the match officials probably to be sleeping in the same hotel
with the opposing teams.
So there have to be, and your home, CAF wants you to treat your players well.
It also called 4-star.
The 4-star.
Now, Takwa 4-star hotel saying
it has to be very close. So it's a Takwa Krodiano na any 4-star hotel. CAF will find out whether within a certain radius and that one is up to the CAF officials.
Silent on it.
My worry is that Takrady has a lot of 4-star hotels.
Okay.
But look at the distance between Takrady
and Takwa.
And the quality of the road network. So Team B, if in the hotel, so it was reported to the venue by 1.5 hours before kickoff. Time Ben also a free Takwa. Takrady. Or the do Takwa and to meet that requirement. So this is where we are. I don't know about the rating of hotels in Takwa, so I can't make
a case for
it. But we need to have that at the back of our mind when Medeama is choosing its venue. I'm not sitting here to say Takwa doesn't meet it. But I'm just saying.
But that line now can on a 4-star stadium hotel in the
it's obligatory that at minimum a sufficient number of 4-star international rating hotels are available in the venue to accommodate the teams and officials. There is a letter written by CAF on the 6th of June when they opened the applications for the CAF inter-club competition for the upcoming season.
Don't get advice Medeama for regarding the working kind.
I'm supposed to be an impartial judge.
Don't me advise.
Medeama the home application before me. I cannot be the one advising them and then also taking a decision on the application. I'm just putting this out in the public domain.
Okay.
That these are the basis for which the club licensing board will determine whether Medeama can play in Africa, whether King Faisal can play in Africa, whether Dreams FC can play in Africa, and whether Medeama Stars can play in Africa. The reason why we allowed Medeama Football Club to also start the process, they have not applied yet.
Yeah.
Why? The reason why he training Omunyina say, what if Medeama
decides not to, and
decides not to go to Africa, or he doesn't qualify, he doesn't get the license? Then we have another club who has the license, and the FA will then have to take a decision.
The two clubs in license.
Then Ghana doesn't have a representation because the first part of the document I'm reading here.
Okay.
Page 1 of the document, or say, for avoidance of doubt.
Okay.
Only clubs that fulfill the CAF club licensing requirements and have been granted a license from their respective federations will be allowed to participate in the upcoming season of CAF inter-clubs competitions. And you can qualify by sporting merit. You can win the league. But if you don't meet the club licensing requirements, you can't play in the CAF inter-club.
And so, and only training now, Medeama exactly. Clubs now. And Thomas started the process of applying.
Monday, I spent the whole of my Monday at the FA, together with Francis and Julius, taking these 4 clubs through the CAF, how to. So there's a dummy platform, I show what to do, how to apply for the license, how to submit the documentation, which documentation you need to put in. The fact that all has to be in PDF. You can only put a PDF document in there. Some of the questions need a yes or no. Others is also type review. Now we are a Beko FA club licensing manager now. Obey review Nema Odia Tumunina. However, the responsibility of putting the correct document in the system rests on the club. Not the FA club the FA club license manager bet me appoint out to you. Say ABI instead of a coach's license, no the more financial statement a share. And you bet me I refer so have a man opportunity to review it. But review so club no change last minute. Now submitting mano before deadline. Next one who mistake you cry. How would he draw your attention? Because of draw attention now, so correct na platform close. Platform no so close so a CAF na close platform. And yet Ghana Football Association. No I could plead with Keto Kreku say Osrena be a platform na the moment the deadline passes. Meanwhile, the deadline, who says the deadline?
CAF.
No, it's the FA. I'll go through why the FA says the deadline. For instance, this season, for the upcoming CAF inter-club competitions, CAF has set a deadline of 30th June for the FA to submit
clubs BBR. Registration.
But the thing, there are so many steps I was taking place and signed at 30th June. Edu. I mean, go through the steps.
Share with the club.
Share the club. The first thing is the responsibility of the FA. He has to invite the clubs to apply for a license. So there's a letter I have here. FA natural. He actually wrote to 4 clubs. Now this is a funny thing. This is what happened. The FA at the time Umutual letter. Guess which team
Medeama Stars.
No, Bechem United and that second.
Second.
So the FA invited
Medeama. Bechem.
No, invited Bechem and Medeama. Invited King Faisal and Dreams FC. Of course, as at that time, everything pointed out to the fact that but as at the day I training, guess which team na now better second? It was Aduana. So we had to invite Aduana. And even though we invited Bechem for the training, they didn't show up.
Okay.
Because at that time, about league we
realized yeah.
But you see, it was a mistake. They should have come. Because it is possible to say Medeama might not get the license. Aduana might not get the license. Third place team.
What you mean your license?
What you mean your license? You play in Africa.
Wow.
But they decided, they didn't show up for the training. Aduana was then called in at the last minute. And let's give credit to Aduana.
Okay.
They brought a representative. He sat through.
But in that particular meeting, reps by no more show interest of
very much
going to Africa.
Very much.
Aduana and
taking face and
dreams to cry. Class on Africa.
Okay. Africa.
Oh, okay.
Africa. Nobody can stop you from applying. The fact that when your license no so say automatically
Africa, yeah.
That's also another thing that we need to be clear. When your license, meaning say if you qualify on sporting merit,
yeah,
you should be given the chance to play in Africa. Qualifying on sporting merit, let's say
the first
CAF Champions League, the next one will do first.
Yeah.
And I say you do first, then decide say on call.
Yeah.
And I say when your license, it's a better
the Tosoken
so as I say qualifying on sport. And the fact say we did first, so 2 points. The fact that we now did first for league doesn't mean so bet me about Champions League unless you get the license to play. Okay. And we know the criteria.
Clear.
Let me mention the process. The invitation to the clubs. It has already gone. Follow up and support the clubs during the preparation of their documents. The FA has to organize a meeting, like they organize it Monday.
No dear.
Help them. And even throughout the process of submitting their documents, the FA's club licensing manager has been given the power by CAF to support the clubs.
Okay.
And Najuma say about clubs, advise them this document. We want farmer. When you're correct. A club licensing manager Najuma, not the licensing board.
Okay.
Because we have to be impartial.
Yeah.
Which we can club, we say, also do way by club licensing board members, they are not part of the application.